Good morning and welcome to worship today from wherever, like I said, wherever you are, if you're at home in your jammies still, or maybe you are watching from your phone in your car. It's kind of neat. Actually, we can worship in so many different places and in so many different ways now. Welcome to you if you're worshiping live. Welcome if you're worshiping on a Tuesday evening. It's good that we can worship together in so many new and creative ways. Speaking of creativity, many thanks to Gary and Luella, as well as Lynn, for playing a role in getting the last two services, Knox's greatest hits, going, including up-to-date announcements and pastoral updates, while also reaching back into the past for some of our great worship services from before. So thank you very much for that. Now, speaking of tech doing things in new ways and doing things online, we are trying going forward to do some bug fixes out there for those who are having a hard time live streaming. I'm not a techie. I don't know if that's been made obvious in the past, but one of my pieces of advice would be if you're finding it's not loading quick enough or it's buffering, doing that spirally thing on the screen, just stop, go have breakfast, go for a walk around the block, and then tune back in about an hour. It's kind of like trying to get on the 401 at rush hour. Everyone's live streaming worship right now. But if you wait a little bit, the roads are a little clearer, or the internet roads are a little clearer. Anyway, it's not perfect. There's going to be far more intelligent and skilled people than me reaching out to help. But that's just a little tidbit. If you try watching worship off of this Sunday morning hour, you might find the stream a little clearer. So we are back to live streaming, live on Sunday mornings for the remainder of this year. Now, speaking of the remainder of this year, it breaks my heart to say this, but Session made the difficult but right decision this week in light of increasing public health restrictions and mounting COVID cases across the province to continue the suspension of in-person worship services well into the new year. We recognized the impact this decision would have on so many people, with Christmas only 6 weeks away. And so I want you to know that the decision wasn't made lightly or without sincere prayer. We just want to keep you safe. That being said, the ministry team has been empowered to figure out a way to make the sanctuary available for prayer later in December. So I invite you to stay tuned for more information about that. Now on to an announcement. This Thursday, November 26th, I'm beginning an online Advent Bible study. I don't know if this is showing up. Bible study, or book study rather. The book is called Light of the World. It says A Beginner's Guide to Advent. There's nothing beginner about it. But if you are new to Advent, it'll work for you too, by Amy Jill Levine. And this is part of actually a denomination-wide book study called Presbyterians Read, where Presbyterians across Canada read a book either throughout Lent or throughout Advent together. So we'll have a Bible study Thursday night from 7:30 to about 9, but there'll be Presbyterians all over Canada reading it, so you can actually participate in online forums as well. There's information about that in the newsletter, or you can call the office. You're going to want to sign up through Eventbrite. Now, David has done another New Roads update. Now, you did this video when? Last Sunday? Monday? Like, there's more that's happened even since that video, but the video gives a pretty good idea. So I'd like to throw it to David's video so you can see how the lower level is starting to look.
Good morning, wonderful Knox people. It's a New Roads Update day. It's November 15th, about 12:30, and we're going to start at the south end and go in through the worship center, also known as the Orange Room, or Room 4. And you will note up there in the ceiling, those are the air conditioning ducts for Room 4. Kind of exciting, huh? and we'll go through into the corridor. This is going to be a wheelchair accessible door, so paddles on both sides. Ahead of me is room 5, which is dark right now, but it's going to be used for storage mostly when we're all done. And then turning down the corridor here, the wall is finished on my right, but on the left they haven't quite done all of the HVAC required. So eventually, once that's done, that will be actually covered doors because they have to get in there for maintenance and stuff. Coming to the end of corridor here, we have a coat area. Okay, turning left, the first room is a mechanical room for the elevator, and then of course our elevator, which is in the house, all the parts, and they're going to be building that this week, so that's really exciting. Moving down that wall, you can see down below there's pipes. That's for our water station down here. And to my right, storage underneath the new grand staircase. Back again, a little room here. It's a janitorial room. There'll be one of those big mop bucket things there, and some cupboards. And then we have our servery. I don't know, there are no lights in the servery right now, so we'll see how this works. But it's just roughed in, the drywall's in. Here's the plumbing for the sink. This will all be countertops and cupboards under up top, open underneath for our dish buggies that are going to be on rollers. There'll be a pantry at the end there, and then on this wall here there is a fridge and counter. And then of course we've got our exit door here that takes us into the nickel hall. So there's going to be 2 big glass double doors here, and well, it's just a holy mess in here right now. But this is the nickel hall, and it's probably about 75% done. A lot of drywall in here. Suspended ceiling will be going in the next week or 2 with the lighting, which is going to be really, really fabulous. The lighting is going to sort of wash down the walls. And if you want to talk about air conditioning, check this out. This is just one of the rooms where they all the ducts kind of come together. It's like a huge on-ramp, off-ramp for air. There's just, oh my gosh, there's so much air conditioning stuff in here. I don't know whether my video does it justice. Anyway, coming out of the nickel hall, on my left, this will be our wheelchair accessible bathroom downstairs. It's a big bathroom, of course. The door will have the paddle door. They've tiled it on the wall and on the floor. That at the back is a shower, and they haven't finished that in there yet. And then coming around, we have, here's our staircase, the doorway to the staircase leading up. Can't see much here because it's all full of scaffolding, but there are the stairs going up, and the scaffolding's in here because they're working on the new skylights that they're putting up there. And unfortunately, you can't really see it. It doesn't do it justice, but they're absolutely fabulous. The natural light that's going to be cascading down in through this stairwell is going to be just wonderful. So you'll come out through the stairwell, and if you do tend to turn right, then here are all the bathrooms. Bathroom 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down this hallway. On my right, 1 more. 7, 9 in total, and they're all tiled. The walls are tiled, the floors are tiled. We've just got them all covered up to protect them. And then coming around to the boiler room on my left, full of more ductwork. And that brings us back around to the coat area. And that's your New Roads update for November 15th.
That is so exciting. I can't wait. Now, I think the ceilings and such are up already, right? Yeah, there's already been some major changes. And I believe you've done a couple tours when people call in and book them. Yesterday you did a couple. So just so you know, if you wanted to see it in person, you could contact David directly or call the office, and Connie can get you connected that way. Now, normally, I would throw right now to Lynn, who would give a pastoral update, but I invite you to pray for your chaplain because she is not well. She called me yesterday to say she was unwell. She did get some tests done at the hospital. I am just waiting for results. I trust she has them, but I invite you to pray for Lynn today and Jan, and on their behalf would ask you as well to continue to pray for those who are in hospital and reach out and connect to your loved ones and your church family.